Okay, now what we just did was just all long-range escaping, which is fine if you have the ability to move long range. But let's say, for instance, since we're here and I'm trying to defuse the situation, he throws the punch, and I don't manage to get out of the way. I end up close range, okay? So in this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to use the octagon so that you can change your distancing from short range here to long range where you can apply the kick. Okay? Obviously, I can kick low here, but we're gonna go for higher kicks. So from here, as he rotates, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this back, okay? And I'm going to take a step, and that causes him to take a step. He throws the next punch, okay? He runs into the kick, okay? He throws a punch, I slip out of the way to angle number 3, okay? Now remember, he is targeting for me here. Either he's targeting for me here, or he's targeting for me here, because that's what he has as far as an option to hit, okay? As he rotates, I'm going to move back to angle 2, okay? Place myself in a posture, taking the weight off the front foot. Now he has to cross the center again. As he does, try and kick, okay? He throws the next punch, I cut here. He throws the next punch, I cut over this way. He's trying to disappear from his line of sight. He throws the next kick, and we'll go hook kick. He throws a punch, maybe I slip inside this time, okay? From here, this hand is very, very close. Okay, he throws the next punch, I'm going to kick back to here. Again, I'm set up. If I end up body facing him to engage, I will do the front kick. If I end up here, I will use the side kick. Okay? So this is how we use the angles of the octagon from short range to long range, which is a bit more realistic than jumping to the long range right away. So as he throws a punch, I'm feet inside, he throws the next punch, I'm outside, he throws the next punch, I'm here. Okay? From here, I'm facing away from him. This might be my avenue of escape, but I can't get there fast enough. He rotates, he runs into a back kick. Okay? So the use of these angles and knowing how to create the 90-degree angle on your opponent is extremely important. Okay? Now, that's just going from short range to long range with just escaping. Now we're going to add in some tools that you use to manipulate his body structure, which will help you. It'll buy you more time. It will manipulate the body of the opponent, making it more effective to kick him. So, for instance, since he throws a punch, and I shoot in here, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to manipulate this arm. As he goes to rotate, I'm going to kick this arm up, and what it does is it speeds up his rotation, okay? It enlarges his rotation. Now I just escape to an angle, and I drive the kick. When he rotates, I drive the kick, okay? He throws a punch, I'm in here. From here I make check, okay? So as he rotates, I check this and brings him here. Now he throws the next punch, drive using the kick, okay? So there's manipulation and there's speeding up, okay? He throws a punch. Let's do this one. Okay. He throws a punch, I work here, he throws the next punch, I check, okay? And what I do is I work a sweep here. He punches, I might be from the inside, okay? From here, the shoulder is going to go back. We're going to explain this a little bit more in depth in the next sequence, but as he rotates, keep this here. He throws the next punch, drive the kick. So you want to use your angles of the octagon and know what angles are going to create the 90 for you. For instance, if somebody throws a punch and I'm here, he's going to place his punch right here. Okay? Rotate and place that right here. If I look at this and I place a straight line on the end of his punch, where my head would be, okay, it gives me the two optimum angles of the octagon to use. All right? I know that if I go to either one of those two angles, I'm going to beat the 90 to him. All right? So he throws a punch at me, I'm here, he rotates, I kick back here, I'm at the 90 degree to this man. Okay? As he goes to throw the punch, drive the kick. I have a large window there in which to place the kick. Okay? When we come back, we're going to take you through an observation drill to help you understand this. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to look at kicking as a tool to help us accomplish another means. Up to this point, we pretty much use kicking as to finish the opponent. All right. Understand that kicking works in conjunction with all the other sub-arts. So kicking at a long-range distance should be able to manipulate your opponent in some type of way to allow them to set you up for throwing arts, your striking arts, possibly even the locking arts. Works very well with locking. Once you apply a lock on somebody, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But let's look at how we can use kicks to manipulate their body structure, which is what this is really all about, learning how to manipulate their body structure to give us as many options as possible. So we're going to look at how we can use kicking to set up our throwing arts and our striking arts. Okay? Let's say a sensei grabs, okay, I'm going to loosen here, cut down in here, I'm going to kick this knee here, and I'm going to create a weakness in his base. I'm going to hit here, come back, and work a throw. So I'm loosening. I'm never allowing him to grab and structure. Okay, right there. Okay, he's rock solid here. Okay, so as he goes to move on me, okay, he touches. I'm gonna try to restructure him. Then what I'm gonna do is cut into his elbow, which creases the knee. Right. Then from here, I'm gonna kick that knee and then come through and create a throw. Also, when he's there, you can use the stomp type kick while he's on the ground. Okay. He's gonna grab. Okay, I cut to the outside. Now he goes to throw the next punch. I'm gonna kick here. I'm gonna come across and work my attention. All right. He throws a punch. I'm gonna shoot off to this angle. He rotates in. I'm gonna kick to the waist crease, bringing him down, and then working my attention to finish him. All right. Understand the importance of low kicking. You have in Karanai Hanshi, you have this type of kicking. Okay. Anytime we're in a distance here, okay. Let's say he goes to rotate and I kick here, and that's going to set him right up for the hits. All right. So experiment with your different situations. Look at how you can kick, how you can weaken the lower base, or cause an arch. So if he's here, we're still long range. He rotates. Now if he rotates and I kick him right there, right above the belt, okay, brings him in where I don't have to reach to throw my hit. The other thing that's important is the use of kicking with locking. All right. So if sensei chokes and I'm coming out into this lock, all right, if you notice what happens, his knee's kicked out. All right. But yet he can still structure himself and try to counter this lock. Right? But if his base is weak, he has no ability to do that. Really very weak in the lower base. When using with your locks, it's very important that, let's say choke, okay? Then I get here and I feel resistance here, okay? And quick kick to there brings me to the point where I can easily apply that lock. If sensei grabs, okay, and I want to work this lock. I feel the resistance. I shoot a kick. That allows me the ability to off balance him mentally and physically so that I can take and apply this lock. Also, if I'm choking again, okay, let's say I'm here, I'm working this lock here, right? If he's structured, okay, he has the ability to push up. But if I structure him, he has the ability to push up, and I kick this knee, takes away all his base. That's all it takes to put the man down. So take your kicking and look at how that you can use it to combine and set up all your other sub-arts. And when we come back, we're going to do a summary of this whole thing. Okay, so this is just another little segment that we're putting out on YouTube to bring some awareness to Kosho Ryu and what it has to offer. If anybody's interested in the concepts of Kosho Ryu, we just published a new book. It's called Ultimate Kempo, and it's available on Amazon.com, Borders.com. It's also available at most bookstores. It is filled with concepts and principles that any martial artist can use pertaining to their own art. So if you're interested, please give it a look. Thank you.